Happy birthday, Anthony Bocard. Happy birthday, man. This is absolutely forever your day in the book of When Wellness. We'll talk about him at the end. As for now, it's Woman Start Out time. Get ready to talk about food sources of creatine and how your body makes it. Or at least where it stores it. Happy When Wellness Nerd Out time, guys. Coming to you after a crazy workout, as you can see. So, creatine, right, actually comes from the, is Greek in origin, from the word kreis, which means flesh or meat. So, it's no surprise that majorly we would find creatine in meat, right? Pretty much all the high sources are fish and meat. We'll talk about that in a second, but before we do, also your liver and kidneys produce about 1 to 2 grams of creatine on average per day, which is majorly stored in skeletal muscle. Okay, so we do produce some, decent amount at that. Now, what are the top sources? Herring is about top of the table. Red meat, beef and other red meat, way up there too. Let's see what else we got. Lean chicken breast, lean pork chops, mutton, so sheep, venison, eating deer. So again, a lot of meat, a lot of fish, salmon, tuna, cod, things like that are very high typically in creatine. And creatine, as we know, if you weren't with us yesterday, we were talking about creatine enhancing cognitive performance in the elderly. In the study, people were over 60 years old. They performed better on the Corsi block tapping test or Corsi block task, which judges visuospatial short-term working memory. All right, so what they could keep on the forefront of their mind. They had the 9 blocks. They would tap them in order, a certain order. They had to repeat that order, and they would do a couple blocks and then more and more and more. They performed much better than people that had greater than 0.382 grams of creatine, which is about the median creatine intake per day. People on the above that, on the higher end, they perform much better in the short-term memory tasks. And they also perform better in overall cognitive functioning measures, right? So, that was just a 5-day study. So, that's one. But there's a lot of research out there on creatine. It's probably the best research pre-workout supplement. That and caffeine, but creatine is absolutely the real deal. Now, it's not only giving you energy to work out, right? Creatine phosphate pathway means that creatine donates that extra phosphate to adenosine diphosphate to make adenosine triphosphate. So it donates a phosphate to ADP to convert it to ATP, the major stored form of energy in the body, that we can burn up and get a good workout with. We can also think better with more ATP. Well, no surprise there. If you have more energy to think, generally you're going to do better in things. We talked all about this yesterday, but now some food sources that are high in it, and how much your body produces in a day. So, go get some herring, go get some red meat. Red meat is just full of vitamins. I mean, people rip on red meat. There's no correlation between saturated fat and cardiovascular disease. So, obviously too much of anything isn't a great thing. And, you don't want to raise your cholesterol to ridiculous degrees, but, in moderation, right? It's a good thing. Even a few days a week, it would be fine to have red meat, I would say. For the average person, doesn't speak for people that have specific conditions and whatnot. So, happy birthday, Aunt Bocard. Happy birthday, dude. Man, when I think of you, Aunt, I think of a guy who is just wants to live life to the absolute fullest. You want to explore, you want to see places, you want to do things, you want to live, you have so much vigor in you. And you at the same time, you have so much happiness and security within yourself. You're just, there's never any sort of negative or envious or any in regards to anything. That type of energy, that dark cloud, it never follows you, man. Really never. You've always just had yourself down pat, it seems like, and I was saying, know that. And I'm so happy to see that, man. I've really seen you develop. I remember, I think I talked about this last year on One Wellness, but I remember little, wimpy Ant, and now you're a stud, man. You're an absolute stud. You're a beast. You're shooting arrows through swinging tennis balls. Like, who the hell does that? You're jumping rope in some cool place. You're in the Sunshine State, jumping rope, going nuts, doing like all these spins and nobody even knew existed, really. Like, you could probably be a pro jump roper if you ever want to add that to your bucket list. You pretty much already are, I guess. I've never seen a pro jump roper, but I can imagine. And I love you, dude. We're gonna be absolute brothers for life. Absolute brothers for life. And dude, I think about that time when you thought someone was in your house and me and Matt came over and you called us really late at night. I don't know how old I was, probably 17. I've just got my license, I think. And we came out there with a bat. You thought somebody was there. So funny, man. Young and naive. If we really thought someone was in your house, could obviously call the cops or something. We don't want to be doing that, get them involved. We don't need to, maybe we could just take care of it. I'm not proposing that we murder anybody. But if they broke in your house and tried to murder you, we would murder them. Dude, it's just such a funny things, man. Remember hanging out in the backyard, having pine cone wars, coming over, playing Smash all the time. You've also got better at Smash over the years. You're you're very interesting because you're like a Renaissance man, in a way where, you just have all these different unique talents. You skateboarded for a while. You got we just talked about, the jump rope, you rock climb. That's a cool thing about Ant. You should check out his Instagram, Ant That a Bitch. Which he's everything but he would be holding on to one of the pieces with his one hand, and he would jump, or maybe two hands, whatever, jump from one and land on another one that's way too far away for that to be reasonable. Also can jump very high, and I don't know what your highest vertical is going up onto those pads, but maybe you could comment it, or I don't know if you want to just tell me, but it would be cool for us to know that, because Ant could jump really high. You got to be able to dunk a basketball, man, I would think, if you're doing all that. But I can't say enough about you, Ant. You're just a great guy. We're going to have a great life, a brotherhood. I would say friendship, but we'll be brothers for life. You and Matt are brothers for life. We're all just, unified as family forever. And, God bless you, man. I really hope you had an awesome day. Hope it was as awesome as you are. Happy birthday. So that's all we got for you guys today. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, really morning. It's 12:09 a.m. I'm going to go eat for the first time today because I had an absolutely crazy day. I know. The last time we ate was last night, but, whatever. That's besides the point. Have a good one. Happy wellness. We don't have to wake up early. We're not sacrificing sleep, and we're not eating that close to bed because I'm not going to go to bed for a few hours. Still have work to do. Maintaining our wellness advice here. As it's true, we live what we preach. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. What up, band Cut Fit? How you doing?